Can you imagine if I'm stranded here tonight? Oh God. So that's the flight that I was supposed to be on originally. The race is on. Well, hello and bonjour from a very rainy, very miserable Sept-Îles in Eastern Quebec. It's quite a long way east of Montreal. I've just arrived here on a tiny little regional Canadian airline, and now I'm about to take a flight on another regional airline here in Canada. Let's head inside and take our flight back down to Quebec City. So it seems we may have a little bit of an issue here today. The airline I was due to fly on down to Quebec City tonight is this one, Air Liaison, actually on this exact plane, which has just come in to operate the flight that I'm booked on. Unfortunately, I'm no longer booked on it because yesterday they had something of a hurricane or something minor fly through here or through this area of Canada, and loads of flights got cancelled, loads of flights got disrupted, and everybody who was due to fly yesterday has now been rebooked onto flights today, which begs the question, what about the passengers like myself who were booked on today? Well, we've just been bumped off onto all the different airlines. So Air Liaison have rebooked me onto Pascan, which is the airline that I flew down with this morning. Now, the issue with that is that Pascan is currently running at about a 4-hour delay, and that flight's not going to go until 9 o'clock tonight, which is quite late considering it stops off at half a dozen different airports on the way back to Quebec. I'm probably not going to get back into Quebec City until gone midnight, and to be completely honest, I just want to go and get some sleep. I've been up since like 5 o'clock this morning and I need rest. So I'm going to go and see if there's another option and see if I can get back to Quebec any earlier with a different airline maybe. So let's head inside and see what we can do. This weather just does not get any easier, does it, out here in this part of the world? I've managed to find a flight that leaves at 5 o'clock. So about 10 minutes after my original flight was due to leave, and it's with a company called PAL Airlines. PAL Airlines, who are, I think they used to be called Provincial Airlines or something. They operate Dash 8s. I've seen them coming and going here today, and they've got a flight direct non-stop down to Quebec tonight, so we're going to try and get on that. I've managed to book myself a seat. Cost me an arm and a leg, but hopefully I can get some sort of refund from Air Liaison and Pascal. What is that on my glasses? Go away. And yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get a ride on their Dash 8 down to Quebec. So join me on this crazy adventure as we go and try once again to get on a flight out of Sept-Îles, Quebec. Can you imagine if I'm stranded here tonight? Oh God. It doesn't bear thinking about, does it? Let's head inside and see how we go. Hello. Hi. So I've just managed to book a seat with you because my other flight's been sort of moved around and everything, so I've checked in online. I just need to drop a bag if that's alright. Thank you.
Perfect. Just pass your bag to security.
Okay.
After another door.
Alright, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Quebec City.
To Quebec City, yeah. There we go. Bye-bye. Right, all checked in. Direct to Quebec City, and the flight is on time with PAL Airlines, so it's going to be cool. I've not flown on them before. I think they're just a little Dash 8 operator here, and I don't know if they have any other aircraft types as well. We'll probably get told that in the comment by 50 people, but as far as I know, all I've seen of them here is Dash 8s, and they operate them on little regional routes in Quebec. It's kind of all I know about them, really. Not much of an av geek here, am I? Anyway, so we're going to take a ride on the PAL Airlines Dash 8. This airport's pretty nice, actually, very compact. Reminds me a lot of East Midlands, actually, in terms of its design. You've sort of got a little cafe area here, which is shut because of COVID. There's some vending machines which are out of order, and you get the picture. It's pretty much East Midlands, just with a maple leaf flag outside. It's alright, it's nice and quiet. They've got decent speed Wi-Fi, and all of the chairs that you're waiting at, or at least another bit where I was sitting, have got power in all the seats, so you can plug in and get connected while you're here as well. So pretty decent as well for a small regional airport here in Quebec. We'll be boarding in sort of an hour from now, so I'm going to see if there's anywhere to get something to drink, because I am parched. And the vending machines don't work, so it's kind of annoying me, but never mind. Yeah, and we'll get a flight down to Quebec. So that's the flight that I was supposed to be on originally, the Air Liaison flight. So all those poor guys are the ones that have been stuck here overnight in Sept-Îles. Fortunately, I think we're boarding soon anyway. My flight is inbound anyway, so it saves me waiting until 9 o'clock tonight for the PASCAM that they put me on instead. So say goodbye to Air Liaison. A bit annoyed that I can't get on their Beach 1900 with them, because that would have been pretty cool. But in any case, it's waiting for the Dash 8 with PAL. Well, there we go. Air Liaison has just left, heading down to Quebec with a stop somewhere else. And our flight is coming in a minute. We've just gone through security. I wonder if we're going to beat them down to Quebec. This is going to be an interesting race. See if we can beat Air Liaison back down to Quebec from here with a non-stop versus their one with a stop. We'll have to see, won't we? Fun little twist there. And we should be getting on board soon. I say getting on board. We're not on a stealth plane today. It's just not arrived yet. So hopefully as soon as it gets here, we'll be on board and on our way down to Quebec City. Planes here, ready to take me back down to Quebec City. Dash 8 300. You know what, before this trip I'd never been on a 300. It was the only series of Dash 8 I'd not been on. This will be my third on this trip. They like their Dash 8 300s here in Canada, that's pretty clear. Hi. Thank you. Thank you, bye-bye.
Is illuminated during the flight. In the unlikely
Our route today then took us southwest out of Sept-Îles to follow the St. Lawrence River down to Quebec City. Flight time today was 1 hour and 18 minutes, cruising at 16,000 feet. Right then, so airborne from Sept-Îles heading back down to Quebec, and PAL Airlines operate this a bit like a bus service. You just hop on and hop off at different sort of stages. It's a 3 sort of leg flight, this one. Came in from a place called Wabush. I'm going to say that wrong, I know, but the place, like a little town in sort of northern Quebec. Stops off at Sept-Îles down to Quebec, and then when it's dropped me off, it's going down to Montreal. I'm only on it for 1 stop, so I get off at the next stop. Quite comfortable, typical Dash 8 seats really. Oh, look what the engine's doing. Don't know if you can see that. There's like moisture off the props, making like a ring effect. That's really cool, isn't it? It's not a bad seat really. It's a Dash 8 seat. They're the same on Dash 8s around the world really. Not really much to see here. Relatively comfortable for the hour and a bit flight down to Quebec. So this is pretty cool. PAL Airlines offer you a full drinks and snack service on this flight. It's only an hour long, and so far in all my flights around this part of the world, this is the first airline that's actually offered drinks and snacks. It's not a bad snack either. I mean, it's a tube of Pringles. These go for like £2 or £3 in the airport, so that's pretty decent for such a short flight. Anyway, it's really good. The service fantastic on PAL, and it's clear that they're a very popular choice for people flying around here, because this flight is absolutely rammed. Now right down there is Baie-Comeau, and that is where the Air Liaison flight has stopped on his flight back down to Quebec, the one that I was supposed to be on. Are we going to beat him? Is he still down there? I don't know. It's kind of a bit difficult to see so far away, but he may be still down there. And if so, we've just overtaken him. If not, then he's going to be in front of us. So this is the point where either we win or he wins. The race is on. While I'm travelling, and even while I'm not, one of the key parts of my tech arsenal is Surfshark. It's a VPN that protects my data from nefarious goings-on wherever I am in the world. I have it on my phone, my iPad and my Mac, and it protects my personal information wherever I am. It means I can catch up on Netflix shows such as The Office, or listen to my Spotify playlists even when I'm in countries where that's not possible. I just flick on the VPN and I'm browsing the net just like I'm at home. It's also great to let me access my favourite streaming sites on Wi-Fi that may block streaming altogether. Through a VPN, your data's completely encrypted, so you can sit and watch your favourite TV shows even at 39,000 feet. Surfshark are offering you an 83% discount and 3 months free when you use my promo code Noel Phillips at the link on the screen now. My flight today ended up costing me £340, or around about $470 US. This is significantly more than my original £60 flight with Air Liaison, but even still, to me, it was pretty much worth it because I didn't get delayed to the next day and I didn't have to pay for a hotel in Sept-Îles. As always, I'd like to say a big thanks to my patrons. You can join them at the link on the screen now for access to my WhatsApp group, live weekly Zoom calls with me, and much more. Right, so made it to Quebec City, and very fortuitous that I actually decided to change my flight to come back 3 hours earlier. I've literally just had a phone call now from Air Liaison in Sept-Îles to say that the Pascan flight tonight's been cancelled and they're now moving me on to the 1 p.m. tomorrow flight. So I was like, yeah, I'm glad I'm already here in Quebec City. So yeah, made a good choice with that. I think my taking the ride down with Pal rather than waiting for that, because I'd have been there tomorrow, I'd have missed my next flight, I'd have missed my hotel in Quebec tonight. It would have been just an absolute mess. So we're here back in Quebec City, and now I'm waiting for an Uber to turn up, who, based on other Ubers here in Quebec, may or may not come anytime in the next sort of 12 hours anyway, that we will find out and head into town to our hotel room.
And as predicted, my Uber didn't turn up in the end anyway, so I ended up just getting a cab into town.
Hello. Can you take me to the Hilton Quebec City, please? Yep. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And in something of an anticlimax, the Air Liaison flight I'd originally been booked on arrived just before us into Quebec, so we didn't even beat that aircraft in. But then again, I was able to get a really good night's sleep in Quebec and get my early flight out the following morning, as well as have some epic Quebecois poutine, so I was still pretty happy.
Thank you. I'll see you later. Bye-bye. Made it. Oh, look at the view out of this room. You're gonna have to see this, guys. Look at this. How's that for a view from the 22nd floor of the hotel here in Quebec City? The hotel that apparently, just like the one in Montreal I left yesterday, is on strike, and all the workers think it's great to sit outside honking their horns and shouting abuse at people. It's lovely, but that aside, I've made it to my hotel here in Quebec. Really pleased that I chose to go with PAL Airlines after I got that phone call telling me about the delay till tomorrow morning. I don't know what I would have done had that happened, and I'd have been stuck in Sept-Îles overnight. But instead, well, we're here with this beautiful view over Quebec City. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you've enjoyed seeing this little service from PAL Airlines, one of their many routes in this part of Canada. Let me know what you thought of them down in the comments below. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.